There's actually a mortgage out there that requires you to not have to pay a single mortgage payment. It's true, and I'm going to tell you all about it. If you're a Canadian and you are struggling to make your mortgage payments, the economy out there is stinky. I am getting so many calls for people that are falling behind on their mortgage payments. They are not able to make their mortgage payments because maybe one of the spouses lost the job, they can't find another job, or they're not working the same amount of hours as they were before. It makes it incredibly hard to pay for that monthly mortgage. You can actually continue to own your home, have a mortgage, and not have to pay a monthly mortgage payment. I'll give you 3 ways. The third way is the best way, in my opinion. The first way is if you're a senior, if you're 55 and older, you can get what's called a reverse mortgage. Reverse mortgage typically is for those that are senior, typically for pensioners, and it's typically for older type of clientele. The second option is what's called a fractional mortgage. And now a fraction mortgage is one where, let's say you have a mortgage of $500,000 and your home is $1 million. Well, theoretically, you can take a $500,000 mortgage and not have to pay the monthly mortgage payment. It does accrue in interest. When you are finally back in your job or you're finally working full time, you can then refinance back out of this fractional mortgage into an institutional mortgage. The last way is if you actually get a private mortgage. A private mortgage is a short-term solution, but specific to those people that are struggling to make those monthly payments. This is a great option because, again, in the example of a $500,000 mortgage, you could actually say to the private mortgage lender, take all my monthly payments for the year and prepay them out of the proceeds of my mortgage. It's a phenomenal way of going about getting you back on your feet, making sure you can live day to day and buy your groceries and take your kids to hockey and so forth. And it also, more importantly, keep the roof over your head and continue on. It's not a strategy for everybody. It is something that needs to be discussed because it is a strategy that obviously has some drawbacks. Also is a strategy that can really get you over the hump of a downturned economy. For more tips, news, and tricks like this, you know who to follow.